Money is the number 2 cause of stress in relationships, right after infidelity, and one of the leading causes of divorce globally. In this video, I'll walk you through the ultimate money checklist for couples, the conversations to have, the actions to take, and how to build stronger partnerships through money, not despite it. I'm going to break this checklist into 2 parts. First, the conversation every couple should have to get on the same page. Then, the actions you can take together to move forward. Most people jump straight to the doing, but in my personal and professional experience, just talking and understanding each other gets you 80% of the way there. There are 7 key conversations every couple should have, and depending on your own circumstances, some might hit closer to home than others. Number 1, share your financial stories. Start by talking about how you were raised around money. Were you taught to save every dollar, or was spending more relaxed? Were bills talked about openly, or was money a stressful and silent topic in your home? Whether you are naturally a spender or a saver, these early experiences shape how you see money today. Sharing your financial backstories helps your partner understand where you're coming from, creating a foundation for open and judgment-free conversations. After sharing and reflecting on your own financial stories, it's a great time to talk about what kind of money values you want to pass on to your kids or future kids. If you come from different backgrounds, finding a middle ground can actually be very healing for both of you. Raising a child is in many ways like raising yourself again, so this is a chance to rewrite part of your own story while shaping theirs. Do you want them to grow up with a strong sense of saving and simplicity, or with a mindset of abundance and enjoying life fully yet responsibly? Which one feels more aligned with your values and circumstances? And remember, kids learn more from what they see than from what they're told. So talk about how you want to model those values through your own everyday behavior. Whether that's discussing money openly at the dinner table, budgeting together, giving generously, or practicing delayed gratification. Number 3, identify money pain points early. Every couple has sticking points when it comes to money, whether that's spending habits, budgeting style, or how much to save. For me and my husband, one of our sticking points was whether spending more on something was just an IQ tax or a worthwhile investment in better quality and experience. Is it okay to splurge on a pair of designer sunglasses, or should we send our child to a public or private school? What starts as a seemingly ordinary conversation can get unexpectedly emotional. It wasn't until we finally see a therapist that we began to see how our everyday disagreements were often tied to something deeper, like fear, control, or even self-worth. That insight helped us show up with more compassion, more patience, and a better understanding of each other. Getting to that point wasn't easy, but having the right support made all the difference. That brings us to BetterHelp. They are the paid partner of this video, and they are on a mission to make starting therapy easier. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, 100% online. With in-office therapy, you usually have to travel and stick to whatever time slot you are given. But with BetterHelp, you've got way more flexibility. You can message your therapist anytime, jump on a video or phone call, or even join a group session, whatever works best for you. Simply fill out a questionnaire and you will match with the therapist as soon as possible. You can easily switch therapists anytime with no extra cost if it's not the right fit. BetterHelp has over 8,000 reviews and 4.2 rating on Trustpilot. It has helped a lot of people finding the support they need, and that kind of feedback speaks for itself. If you would like to get matched with a therapist, click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/Rishi. That URL will give you 10% off your first month. Thanks so much to BetterHelp for supporting this video. Number 4, align on money values and goals. Once you work through the emotional side, it's time to talk about what you are actually heading. What does security, freedom, and success mean to each of you? What does life look like once you get there? Is it retiring early, paying off the mortgage, or traveling more? Getting clear on your shared value and vision helps avoid mismatched priorities, like one person saving every dollar while the other wants to enjoy life now. When you are aligned on the what, whether it's values, dreams, or long-term goals, it becomes much easier to figure out the how. On the financial side, there are lots of ways to move closer to what you want, whether that's saving consistently, investing for the long term, finding ways to increase your income, or cutting back on things that aren't adding value. The key is to get on the same page about which methods you will use and how much you will need to make it happen. Add rough timelines, split them into small steps, and revisit them regularly as part of your check-ins. That's how vague dreams turn into something real you can work toward together. Number 5, define money roles and respect all contributions. Every couple divides money tasks differently. One of you might be better at the spreadsheet and managing investment, while the other keeps an eye on the bill and takes care of everyday shopping. It's helpful to talk about who is doing what, but here is the key: don't overlook the unpaid, non-financial contributions. Raising kids, cooking, keeping the household running, these things don't show up on a payslip, but they hold everything together. It's not about who earns more or acting as a household CFO. It's about building a life together and appreciating the value each of you brings to the table. Number 6, set boundaries around helping others. This one can be tricky, especially in families where helping out is expected. Talk openly about where you both stand on lending money or supporting extended family. Are there situations where you are both comfortable giving? Are there limits, either emotional or financial, that you need to honor? It's so much easier to set a shared policy now while things are calm than to scramble in the moment and feel guilt, pressure, or resentment later. Boundaries protect your finances and your relationships. Number 7, have the worst case conversation. It's not the most fun conversation, but it's one of the most important. What would happen if one of you got seriously ill, injured, or even passed away? These are the kind of things couples tend to put off, but planning for the rough days is part of protecting what you are building together. In part 2 of the checklist, I will walk you through a list of practical items to check off to safeguard your family and your future, no matter what life throws your way. If you're getting value from this, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and keeps me making more content like this. Thank you very much. Now that you have had the big conversations and build that foundation for mutual understanding, now it's time to take actions. This next part is all about doing the work together. Number 1, set up your money system. One of the first practical steps is setting up how you manage your day-to-day cash flow. Will you use joint accounts, keep things separate, or go with a mix of both? And here's a little Aussie tax tip to keep in mind. When it comes to investment, it often makes sense to hold them in the lower income partner's name to take advantage of a lower tax bracket. For things like charitable donations, if the higher income partner makes the payment and claims a deduction, it usually provides greater tax benefits. Of course, there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to money. It's not just about the financial benefits. Peace of mind and a sense of security matter just as much. Number 2, track your finances as a team. Even if you have divided up roles, say one manages the investments while the other takes care of the everyday shopping, both partners should know the numbers. That means being across your household balance sheet, your assets and debts, and your profit and loss, what's coming in and what's going out. I am a big believer in tracking finances together. It builds transparency, strengthens trust, and creates accountability, all of which make it easier to make confident decisions together and feel like you're on the same team. A tool I really like for this is FREEBIES. Not sponsored, it's a free expense tracking and budgeting app made for Australians. You can link bank accounts, savings accounts, credit cards, loans, investment accounts, and even your superannuation, and see your full real-time financial picture in one place. Thanks to open banking, Frollo puts in actual transaction details directly from your bank and credit cards. You can categorize your spending and start to see where your money is really going. And based on your actual spending, set realistic budget and track your spending against them in real time. It's a really convenient way to build transparency and accountability as a couple. Instead of that awkward question, "Hey, how much is in the savings account again?" which often signals a lack of visibility. Now it's more like, "Hey, I'm just categorizing our expenses. What was this transaction for again?" It becomes a natural check-in with no tension attached. Number 3, write a financial plan for your family. When I was working as a financial planner, we used to prepare something called the Statement of Advice. The documents were often over 50 pages long, packed with financial jargon, legal disclaimers, and warnings. Most people barely read them. But when you strip away all the legal language, there is something powerful at the core, mapping up your goals and writing down your plans across different areas of your financial life. And that's something you can do for yourself. You don't need to make it fancy, just start. Create a simple document you can share with your partner. It could be as short as 1 page. For example, we agreed to save $2,000 a month into our brokerage account and make a $5,000 personal deductible super contribution each June for each of us. Writing down your shared decisions and goals creates a sense of clarity and unity. It's a small act that can have a big impact. A professional comprehensive statement of advice usually covers things like your goals, cash flow, debt management, investment, superannuation, insurance, and estate planning. Once you are comfortable adding to it, here's what I suggest include in your family financial plan. List all your short, medium, long-term goals and prioritize them. Under cash flow, set a monthly savings goal. Make sure you have got a 3 to 6 months emergency fund. Decide where to keep it, such as in a high-interest savings account or an offset account. Under debt management, do you have a help debt? Do you have a credit card balance that you are paying interest on? What are your strategies to get rid of high-interest consumer debt? Do you have a mortgage? How much are you paying? Do you have a plan to make additional repayment to get rid of your mortgage sooner? Under investments, do you have a regular investment plan? How much and how often? What does your portfolio look like and why did you choose it? Under superannuation, what super fund are you with and how is it invested? Do you know what fees you are paying? Are you planning to contribute more? What type, how much, and how often? Under insurance, what types of cover do you have, such as life insurance, TPD, critical illness cover, or income protection? How much are you paying? Is the cover sufficient, or could it be more than you actually need? Estate planning. Is your superannuation death benefit nomination up to date? Do you have a valid will? What about enduring power of attorney? Again, this doesn't need to be perfect or formal. Just begin the conversation and jot things down. Having something is better than having nothing. It might take time to cover all areas, and that's completely fine. The important thing is to get started. For me and my husband, we also include a section at the end called Frequently Asked Questions. It's become a bit like our own financial standard operating procedure. For example, every year someone asks, when does the family trust need to transfer the cash? So we wrote it down. Over time, our family financial plan has grown more detailed, but it all started with a half-page memo. Number 4, learning and growing together. Some financial strategies are designed specifically for couples, and learning about them together can make a real difference over the long term. One great example is superannuation contribution splitting, which can do wonders for joint retirement planning. If you want to dive deeper, watch this video where I break it all down step by step. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.